Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Spectacle Island. Now we're over here looking at the field we were ploughing last time, or the field that Jake, our helper, was ploughing, and he didn't quite get it finished. And we haven't got our hired help yet. We need to call someone in. So one of the comments I had left on my last video, which I got a lot of them, so thank you all very much for your enthusiasm and wanting to be involved. But one of the viewers left a comment and said anytime just to give them a call. So I'm just going to give Arctic Farmer a call and see if he can come and give us a hand. Oh wow, okay, well I didn't expect you to turn up quite like that. Must have a teleporting machine. That's very impressive. Really, we're waiting for our call. Welcome along, Arctic, nice to have you here. As I was just saying, we've got this field that needs finishing, so if you can jump on the tractor, get you to carry on ploughing this. I'm going to head over into the combine and get started on harvesting that field. Then I think once we've finished ploughing in here, Arctic, I might get you to take over combining, and I will do a little bit of work with the grain cart or the trailer, and also look at going and picking up the baler. So we obviously want to bale all that soy straw once the beans are all harvested. So that's the job. So we'll get you underway here, Arctic, and then we'll head over and get in the combine. Alright, there we go. Arctic is underway and ploughing again, which is good. So we'll leave him there, as I said, to finish that field off. Not a huge amount left. Another little piece in there and a few long runs. We are going to hop into the combine, but before we do that, we need to go and sort out the trailer over here. Get the beans tipped out that are in it and get it over into the other field. Now I have made a few tweaks. Thank you to the assistance of, I think it was Jobna on Farm Sim Guys Discord channel, and also a number of others there who commented. I asked for a little bit of help to try and correct the trigger on this these bins, because for whatever reason I could not get them to work. So as I drive through there we go, we've pulled the trigger out a whole heap further, so it's a lot more accessible. I'm still going to try and back this trailer in as close as I can, make it reasonably authentic, but the problem I was having is even here I couldn't tip. At least now you can get that tipping in. Most of it's going in the grate, so it looks relatively authentic and makes a huge improvement. So the silos will be here to stay. That was, once I knew what I was doing and once I'd had the advice on what to do, it was actually relatively easy. So there we go. Just while we're here, one other thing I want to show you is our honours board. So I've added this in to the map, which is recognition of all of those subscribers and commenters who have offered to assist and have helped out on the farm. So obviously last week we had Jake Priest and Jake Maynard here, episode 16. So next week's video we will have episode 17 up there, and we'll have Arctic 66 Farmer on the list. So just another way to recognise the help and the support you guys have all given me over this series and all the videos we've done. But there we go, everything is working a lot better than it was last time. So I thought I'd made a little bit of a mistake with those bins. I think we've managed to save that, so that's good. Right, we'll hide that course and we'll get going with the harvesting. So here we are in the combine. It does have that wonderful sound. I love starting this up every time. It just really love the way it kicks in and gets going. There we go. We will head around here. Make sure we've got our straw swath dropping. There it is. And we will get a start on harvesting this field. Now what I'm hoping to be able to do is, once we have done some headland passes, that will be the time that we'll be able to get Arctic over here and running the combine. So like I said, we can spend some time sorting out the baler and making a start on baling some of this soy stalk up. While we're doing that, just while we're driving along the edge here, just take a quick look, see what sort of price we might get for some soybean bales or soy straw bales. So I'm pretty sure some there, so $113 per 1,000 litres. So we can clear what might be $400 for a 4,000 litre bale, $440. That will be a very nice bonus for the bank account. So I'm just going to crack into this. We'll put this on a little bit of a time lapse for getting this field opened up, and then we will move on to getting that baling done. Well, that was good timing, just running out there as Arctic looks like he's finished. I think I can still see maybe a little bit down the end there, I'm not quite sure. But we will get him over here to take the combine over. So let's go and sort that out. Alright, there we go, we've got Arctic up and running on the combine. For some reason it goes noisier when you've got a worker driving it. Very loud. Versus when I'm in it, but I think using the worker we might have a little bit we need to tidy up here at the end. But I've deliberately set them going in this direction because I think that's lower risk of ending up off the edge of the cliff than if I was going in that direction across the field. So I think we're going to bravely leave him here and let him carry on with the harvest. We're going to go and swap tractors over, put the vent on the trailer and that can run the grain cart, and then we're going to take the doits down to the shop and pick up our baler. So we've moved the trailer and tractor over to the other side. We're going to leave Arctic there and we are going to head down to the shop. So I will see you when we are down there. So here we are taking a look at our baling options, and if we skip all the way down to the end, we've obviously got the little New Holland baler there already. Must be this one here without the thrower. But we are going to upgrade. Now, we didn't have the horsepower for this before, it's 115 horsepower. The new tractor does provide that, but this is the Crone Big Pack. It will do 4,000 litre bales, which is fantastic. Now, the other thing I like about it is we can fill twine manually, so we'll have to buy some twine and keep it topped up that way. Just not something I've done before. Options there for colours. I think for the sake of $2,000, we'll just be staying with the standard one, and we can also change the wheel colours. We'll go to a wide tyre, but I think again we will just stay with the standard one there, $12,000. So could save 2,400, but we'll stick with it at factory new. And just if we come in here under pallets, you can see we've got the bale twine pallet. I did think there was an option to get some smaller pallets of those, just a single stack, but I can't seem to find it in here. So we've obviously only got the large pallet option there. So we'll just have to refill that from here. Ah, no, there's the option under capacity. There we go, we'll just get 4. And just one of those, because I don't think we'll need that much. That should last us quite a while. So we'll just we'll buy those and go and pick them up as well. Just get backed in here and hook this up. Yeah, it's not far off. Make sure we get our PTO there and our hydraulic pipes. Now I need to figure out, I'm pretty sure we can open this from in cab, I'm not sure which side it is that opens. And can we pick that up? No, must be too heavy for us. That's fine, we'll hop in here and figure out how we can get this opened and refilled. That's quite simple really. Open here, press Z, opens both sides, and then we just press R to fill. And you'll see, we just zoom in here, we've got our bale net on both sides. So I probably could have actually, now looking at how much capacity there is in this, I probably could have purchased enough for a whole pallet, but that's fine. So we'll just press Z again, get those folded down, and head back down to the farm. Now the other thing we're going to have to look at investing in now also is a bale fork for the loader, because we'll need to be looking at how we pick these up and get them down to the sell point. But you'll now appreciate why we bought that flat deck trailer or bale trailer last episode. Just getting back here to the farm, make a double check. Looks like everything is going well on that side of the field, which is pleasing to see. Always a little bit nervous that I'm going to find a combine down in the ocean, which would not be very good. Now I was thinking I could have started baling in that field, but I think we will be better off starting in this one, just so there's no bales put in the way. We don't want there to be any collisions or anything like that. Now, as I said last time, I think we're going to widen this track a little bit more, move that log trailer and get that out of the way at some stage. The other thing I was going to mention as well, thanks all for the suggestions around this trailer, a few comments left around it, that it's very common to have a trailer where you can bolt sides on it to take loose material like silage and increase the capacity of it, but when it's being used for grain or something like that, you'd only have the lower sides on it. So we'll look at doing that. I have tested it, and without the increased capacity we can take grain and everything in it. So I guess for us taking product down to the sell point, we can daisy chain our trailers together, have them both running. We're still working on the truck, because if we can get this up and going, then that is going to be a even bigger benefit. We can run the truck possibly with a trailer. Don't know if that's got a hitch on it. We'll see if we can get one for it. But my plan is to try and get this pulled down into the shed, put down into the shed there so we can work on it and get it off the side of the field. As for the tractor, who knows, we'll see what we do with that. But anyhow, we will jump in here, we'll carry on baling, and Arctic over there can carry on with getting those soybeans harvested. Alright, we'll just here at the edge of the field, we'll get this all unfolded and turn it on and see how things all work. Just double checking, I know we don't have variable bale mod on, so we're not going to be doing anything crazy with bale sizes. But there we go, that is turned on. Get the pickup down, and hopefully we'll start picking up some soybean straw, which is exactly what's happening. That's good to see. Tractor's handling, pulling this just fine. So I'm not even sure how many bales we're going to get out of this field, but whatever we get will be well received and be a nice tidy boost for our income. Just getting around here, just about got our first bale in. What are we, 70%? Just keep running down here a little bit further. You can see Arctic still away harvesting there in the background, and coming up on our first bale before we've got halfway around the field. So obviously the outside's always the longer run, but still, all the same, we can get maybe a dozen bales off this field. We'll be doing pretty well, I think. Nice texture too that the Straw Me mod adds on here, so good looking bales. Right, I'm going to crack into this, put this on a little bit of a montage, capture some of our baling and some of the harvesting at the same time, and we'll catch up with you again in a minute. Just finishing up our last row or two here in the first field. If you can look through there, you'll probably see Arctic is turning around there. Does not have much more of that field left to do either. So we've made some pretty good progress. Just a quick tally on bales. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, plus the one that's in the back of the baler. So we're going to get pretty close to 11 or 12 bales off this little field, which is quite a good return. So we'll get finished up in here, then we'll head over and start in the other field. Now I need to think of a job for Arctic, or when he's finished, and what I'm thinking he might do, we might put the spreader on, top it up with lime, and go and get him to start spreading some lime on the new field, because that does need some lime applied to it. Just getting a warning there to say he's finished his task, but I'm pretty sure there's some little bits there that might be struggling to do with the rows, with it getting narrow to the angle. I know that the workers struggle with that, so we'll go and get that finished, get out of the way, and get swapped over to doing the lime. So that is pretty much the end of our soybeans. Just that last little piece we'll back up and pick up, and then that will be them all harvested. We've actually ended up with a decent amount. We'll have a look once we've got these put into the trailer and over into the bin, and we can actually have a look and see how much we have in total. So it's worked out quite well. There we go, we'll get that there, we'll get this lifted up, and we may as well take the combine back over to the shed. We can unload straight into the silo actually. Then we'll get the other tractor and we'll see what that grand total of beans has been from that harvest. So we are just managing to get those unloaded straight into there. So that's all done. We can fold the combine up and get it put away here back in the shed. There's only 700 or so litres in this trailer, but we'll get that emptied out, and if we take a look, just shy of 20,000 litres of soybeans. So that's a good result off those two fields. They're a very healthy yield, considering that the second field there wasn't even fully fertilised. We had that section there we weren't able to fertilise. So yeah, very happy with that. Right, we'll get the spreader on the back of this tractor now, and we'll get Arctic over there and taking care of that for us. Got the spreader attached there. We've just scooped up the last of the lime that we had on the ground. Get that tipped into the spreader here. Make sure I'm getting it in. That was actually going on the ground. There we go. That looks like it's doing a better job filling it up. Oh, and we're over full. Just get the tractor out of the way and pick that bit up, because I imagine we're going to need all of that, and probably then some for that field. Alright, we'll leave that sitting there. We can come back and fill up. Let's head down to the field and set Arctic off on getting the lime spread. So I've got the course set up. We're just going to hit go. I'm just going to double check our width, because it's set to 18, but sometimes lime doesn't spread as far as fertilizer. So we click drive course at first waypoint. We'll just see if we're going to cover the whole field, or if we have to just adjust that width slightly. There we go, we are off, and the width is looking pretty good. So I think we're pretty happy there. So let's leave Arctic to run around to get this field done. It's not going to take very long at all. Has used 10% of the lime up though, but we'll leave him go and carry on with the baling. Right, so we're back underway here. Now, one thing I didn't mention when we were looking at the lime, I had to take the front tray off. It was detecting it as empty and telling me I needed to refill it. So even though the spreader was full in the back, we had to do that. But it's all underway. It looks like, it wouldn't actually surprise me if we got that whole field done without having to top up the spreader. The line was certainly going quite a distance, and it wasn't going to take many passes to get done. But we'll just keep an eye on that, and we do still have probably 2/3 of a spreader's volume sitting up in the bucket, so we can come down and top it up if we need to. I'm just going to carry on and get this baled up. I might put it onto another time lapse. and see how many bales we end up with total. I'm quite looking forward actually to how much we get off this. It could be quite a lucrative deal. Oh, I should have stopped right then. No, I would have had, well, not had this 15 or 16% in the baler, but that's all right. That's a good quantity of bales. I think we've got, if I eject these last two, 30 total. You see we've got the little counter down there on the display for the baler, counting the total number of bales. So we'll just confirm that, because the statistics will should show us the same. And in fact it won't, because I've baled this in 2 sessions, so it counts the smaller bales we'd already made too. So I can't quite get the full count, but 30 does seem about right. So good number of bales. Now I was forced to ignore the fact that the lime spreader was empty. I obviously just wanted to carry on and get this finished. I'm not quite sure where we're going to put this at this stage. We might just leave it backed in here in front of the combine. We're not going to need the combine for a little while yet, so we can get that unhooked and parked just there. We'll have to organise our shed a little bit better in the future. But that was a good job. I enjoyed that baler. It performed really well. We just about used all our baling twine up though, which surprised me. Right, next task. So we're just going to go and hop over into the spreader, and we will head down and get some more lime. So there wasn't that much left of the field. I think if we had enough to fill this twice, we would have got there. But that's alright, we know we don't have to pay for lime on this. There is the free lime mine, so we will head down there. I'm just going to put this back on the front. I don't crash into it, and that way we can bring some extra lime back and make sure we've got some for next time we need it. So we will head down to the lime mine and get everything filled up. So here is the lime mine. Never an easy place to get to actually. There's no really clear path to access it, but if we just I think get pulled in there underneath the auger. Not close enough. Wondered why it wouldn't fill. Move over a little bit further. There we go. That should be good there. It's a free lime. It doesn't cost us a cent. It's pretty handy. So we go 5,500 litres of lime. So we'll negotiate our way back along the foreshore here, back up past the gold mine and back over the bridge, and get that small piece of lime spreading finished off. And that might just leave us enough time to at least head down and possibly pick up the bale forks. I don't know if we're going to get them loaded today, or in this episode at least, but we'll go and see. We'll get this line finished and then make a call on how our time's going. We are back here at the field, so instead of putting this back on courseplay, we will just drive along here and get this done ourselves, although we do have Arctic still driving, and we just need to back up a little bit. Got a little too carried away there. Now I think our PTO has become detached. It seems to get detached whenever we put the front on, the tray there on the front. But it won't take us long. We'll do this very quickly, and that will be the field finished. Along with all the other 2 fields we've harvested, they will be ready for planting again very, very soon. And there we go, all spread. So needed about another almost 600 litres we used there. So not bad. So we will head back down into the shed. We're just going to put this away. I'm not going to tip it out again. I need to probably think about whether we look to get some other solution for storing some lime. Let's see if we can get a little silo or something for it. I'm not sure. We'll just for now just pull this into the shed and park it up. Now I think I am going to be pushing time to go and get the bale forks and get that sorted, so that might be something we'll save for next time. But I do have one more task I think we might take care of. We need to give the animals a bit of a clean, so we'll just run back down and grab the wheel loader. Need to clean up, I think here in the chickens. Yep, and also the sheep, I think have a little bit of grass there they've spilt. They do indeed. And we should probably top their water up. And the other thing I've noticed, apart from the fact we now have 2 full bales of wool there, the other thing I'm going to do is start our plans for getting the pigs, which I said would be our next animals we were going to get, which entails setting up a little bit of a path, a track, a roadway, whatever you want to describe it as, just on the other side of where the chickens are, which will give us access into the back of the chicken coop, but also access to where I'm going to put the pig pen. We'll just get in here, get this all scooped up. You see the joys of the grass for the sheep as we can give it back to them. Not much there at all. We'll tip that back in, and we'll go and do the same for the chickens. Again, they are very similar. They probably don't have much there at all, from a quantity volume point of view anyhow. But what I'm going to do is all part of our master plan for how we're going to develop the farm. So you go, actually 190 litres, which is a little bit more than I thought. We just stand here and take a look down, straight down towards that tree at the end. My plan is to put a path or a track that runs all the way down here. Will give us space to be able to access the back of the chicken coop there. Be able to potentially in the future place another chicken coop next to it if we wanted to, if we want to expand the chicken numbers further. And then once we get down past the sheep, is to put the pig pen in on that side. And then on this left hand side will either be further expanding the yard if we choose to come this way, save some space for maybe some horses or cows in the future. So the idea is that this area here is dedicated to our animals. You know, there might be a feed mixer or something in here or something like that in the future. Who knows? But I think what we'll do now is we'll quickly get this path landscaped up and make that a good place to wrap things up. Alright, and there we go. So we've got this path coming down here. We've leveled it out a little bit better up to here so we can get up here. We can see our eggs. Almost got 300 litres of eggs. Good work, chickens. We'll fix, we need to fix that up a little bit still. A little bit of an issue there with the landscaping. We'll tidy that up in a minute. Then coming down here, all the way down to the tree, we'll be able to have some access in here somewhere to some pigs. So in fact, while we're here and we've got some money, let's put a pig pen down, and that'll give us something else to do next time, which is to get some pigs on the farm. There is our pig pen. You can see some green markers in the corners. The one right up there is actually in the sheep pen a little bit, so we might just come a little bit further. I don't mind if they overlap a little bit, and I do just want to square this up, make sure it's square with the sheep pen. Here it is, that's looking pretty good. And then we've got the green markers down here on the side. So again, I don't want to be right against our path. We have a little bit of space, and maybe just this way, just a touch. There we go. I think that's going to be pretty good. We're still a decent way away from the edge, so we'll put that there. Go take a look. Here we go. We've got a manure pit there, slurry on the side here. We'll get rid of that tree. Bit of a pen house here, or a hog house, sort of barn for the pigs. Hen house, pig house. Water and feed troughs. And I think over here is our trigger for when we want to buy some pigs or deliver some pigs. So we'll just spend a little bit more time landscaping that up and making it look good, and that'll be a good spot to finish. Alright, and there we go. We've got a bit of a track that comes down here now. We'll get rid of that tree, cleared that out. And we've got access here into the slurry, into the manure, and the cell point there on the side, which is perfect. And then if we come down here further, created a little, we've tidied this up, and we've got a little path here up to the fill trigger for the chickens, and also up to their spawn point for their eggs. So there we go. That's sort of the next stage in the development of our farm here on Spectacle Island. So going very, very well. So next time, obviously we have all those bales to collect, which will be our main priority. We will organise some pigs. We will get some pigs, depending how much money we of course make from the straw. And then we'll be starting to plan our next phase for planting these fields. Obviously one of them will be wheat. I'm not sure which one or how much we'll do in wheat, because we need that for chicken feed. And then we'll have to have a look and decide what we're going to do in the other fields. But another great day, another whole heap of progress done here on Spectacle Island. So from me, Argsy, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Arctic 66 Farmer, for your assistance. We'll make sure we get your name onto the honours board. But as always, I hope you have enjoyed that, and I will catch you in the next one.